Hey everyone, welcome to Postman tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to discuss about the SOAP, REST and GraphQL. Now, as the API tester or API testing concept and automation, basically we need to understand first thing, what is an API, which I have already explained. The second thing is what type of APIs you might come across when you are going to test them, right? So you will hear something about SOAP APIs or REST APIs or GraphQL, which is more recent sort of term that you might hear. Now, when we talk about any of these SOAP, REST and GraphQL, the way you are going to test is different. The reason being that they are not the same APIs. Okay. So when we talk about SOAP, so SOAP stands for Simple Object Access Protocol. And when we say API, so if we go back here and let me open the whiteboard here. So simply, if I talk about API, so API helps two modules to communicate together, two computer systems to communicate together, fetch information from server for the client, right? So there are numerous possibilities. So it's more for enabling the communication from client with server or between two modules or two components of the server or the application, right? So when we say enabling that communication, say for example, this is the server, okay, and this is your app. So say for example, weather app, right? Very popular weather app. Now weather app has the UI, so it might be available on your phone or you trying to access on your browser. So when you try to access the weather for a particular location, you select that particular location, right? And that information is then passed over the network, okay? And that communication, that passing of the information to the server, that I'm looking for weather information for New Delhi, say for example, okay? So I'm looking for weather information for today for New Delhi, and that information gets passed to the server. Server does the detail or basically the calculation that what exactly the weather is for today and sends the response back to the client, and you see that detail. So this communication is possible with the help of the APIs, because today this is the web browser, tomorrow somebody else can go ahead and build another app and can call the same server. And that's the whole point of API, that rather than every app that you see on the web maintaining their own database and server and the weather information, they rely on a single source of information. Or say for example, it's basically tedious for every application. It's a lot of cost involved in setting up all of that infrastructure and information for each of the vendor, right? So what they do is these APIs enable different vendors to basically just call the API of the, say for example, this weather app or weather server, and they can then tomorrow I can build my own branded RCV weather app, okay? And I can simply call the same API and return that information here in my RCV weather app. So that briefly is what exactly API is, and we have covered that. Now in terms of SOAP, REST and GraphQL, you will come mostly across, when you're testing, you will either come across the SOAP APIs or the REST APIs. GraphQL is more recent, you might come across that as well. So now when we talk about SOAP, so SOAP stands for Simple Object Access Protocol, and it's a protocol. Basically any SOAP API, you will be having a WSDL file, web service description language. So if you are getting any project and there is a WSDL file, then you get to know, yes, this is a SOAP API. And SOAP is more of following the specific standardization. The communication method between the client and server in SOAP APIs will mostly is XML, okay? So the data will be transmitted through using the XML format from the client to server or from between the modules in the SOAP. Now there are many details in SOAP and REST that you can go ahead and read. A lot of information is available, but here I'm just going to touch base in terms of testing perspective, that you need to be aware of different APIs, and then the way to test different APIs is different. So SOAP is one of that. Now when we talk about the REST, which stands for representational state transfer, and in REST, it's not a protocol, but it's an architectural style wherein the developers follow the specific standards that are being defined in this architectural style, okay? And in REST, you can pass on, it's more flexible. You can pass on information from client to server or modules in XML, in JSON format, right? So there is a lot of flexibility and it's lightweight. So SOAP, to set it up, to build those SOAP APIs, it requires a lot of setup and and work involved because you have to follow the complete protocol standards that are being defined. REST being lightweight, it is more flexible and easy to set up and start with. Okay, so REST is the later version which came to rectify the shortcomings or the heavyweight that was there for the SOAP. Now when we say REST and SOAP, so when you are doing any sort of testing, you will be either your application will be utilizing the SOAP APIs or the REST APIs or the combination of both. Okay, so depending on which sort of APIs your application is exposing, in order to test that, you will be testing it based on different APIs that are available. So if it is SOAP, you will import the WSDL file and you will test accordingly. If it is REST, you will test accordingly. Now as part of this course, we are focusing completely on the REST APIs. I'll touch base on SOAP and GraphQL in the latter part so that you also understand that yes, this is how you are going to test SOAP APIs and GraphQL in Postman as well. Okay, now very simple example of differentiating between the SOAP and REST API is, it is from the Smart Bear itself. So I'll share that link of the blog. So consider the SOAP as the letter with an envelope. Okay, so envelope has a lot of other information, for example the stamp, the address, and all of the other details, so like headers and everything. So a lot of more information is basically available in the envelope whenever the letter is being sent from one person to another. So consider this as a SOAP. Okay, so I'll say SOAP. And if you consider a postcard, right, so postcard is just a quick sort of message with just a address and very minimal information from sender to receiver. So in terms of SOAP, so SOAP APIs are something similar, wherein it is kind of a letter wherein a receiver has to open the envelope first, okay, then get the letter out and then open and read the message, right? In terms of REST, you have the postcard. Okay, so postcard has the quick information that is mentioned on the postcard itself. The receiver directly reads the postcard and then they can, basically reply in the same format in the same postcard, which will be kind of quicker. But in terms of SOAP, you can consider that yes, it's a letter in an envelope, so you have to basically formulate the letter, put it in the envelope, put all the relevant details on the envelope, send it to the sender. The sender does the same work and sends you back, right? So this is kind of very good analogy that I found on the Smart Bear website about the difference between the SOAP and REST. From testing perspective, this is sort of a good enough information for you guys to understand the difference between SOAP and REST. You can go ahead and read detailed technical details around the difference. Now we have talked about SOAP and REST. Now what exactly is GraphQL, right? So GraphQL, if you go to the GraphQL website, it is a query language for the APIs. Okay, so if you simply go ahead and see the home page of GraphQL, so GraphQL is a query language for APIs, and this came in picture very recently. It is from Facebook, wherein the problem with the REST APIs was that the underfetching and overfetching, that was the biggest problem. So say for example, I want to fetch just the exact relevant information that I need from the server. So with SOAP, with REST APIs, that was a problem. So that's where GraphQL came in picture. And if you see back here, right, so if there is a misconception that is GraphQL or does GraphQL replace REST, right? So it says, their official website says no, not necessarily. Okay, they both handle APIs and can serve similar purpose from business perspective. Okay, and GraphQL is often considered as an alternative to REST, but it's not a definitive replacement. Okay, it can, but it's not definitive replacement. So you can have the REST APIs as well as you can also have the GraphQL endpoints available as well. But if as a tester I have to test REST APIs and GraphQL APIs that are available, then yes, I have to test them differently because the implementation is different for both, right? So for example, many companies, for example GitHub itself, they have the GraphQL implementation for the APIs as well. Now when we say underfetching and overfetching, it is mostly about the fetching of the right set of information that is only needed for the client. So you don't go ahead and fetch or do multiple calls to fetch the relevant information. So that's where GraphQL fits in. Now because this is the recent addition to that whole API stack, I would say, So this has started evolving, and you might come across to testing GraphQL as well. Now, if you have to go ahead and test any of these APIs, right? So it doesn't matter basically whether you are testing SOAP, you are testing REST, or you are testing GraphQL. The concept of API testing, the concept, I'm saying concept, absolutely remains same, right? Because the implementation is different for SOAP APIs, for the REST and GraphQL, and tomorrow there could be another API standard that might evolve, right? So technology keeps evolving, and there are many other standards as well apart from SOAP, REST and GraphQL. So it doesn't matter what comes in picture in future, the concept of API testing will remain same. The only thing you have to change or gather skills for is the technical details, how to test those specific standard APIs that will be coming in future, right? So as part of this course, we are going to focus on the REST APIs completely, and then in the latter part of the course I'll cover some of the SOAP APIs, how to test SOAP APIs within Postman, as well as some GraphQL once I'm able to find some GraphQL examples over the internet. So that's all for this tutorial. I hope this was helpful. Thank you very much for watching.